We could pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I had to tell Andy Woman that widget stands was not a person. It was like I think we were freshmen in high school. Visitors' comments? New business?
Good to see you.
Huh?
Here's my comment. Good to see you.
Oh, well, it's good to see you. New business. We have somebody that wants to be on the Conservation Commission, Janet Skagerlind. Sounds excellent.
Yeah, would make a motion that we accept the recommendation from the Conservation Commission to appoint Janet Skagerlind to the commission, to the Conservation Commission. Do they have a year, like when it would be up?
We're doing just 24, and then they'll be reappointed.
Okay.
All of the new appointments will just
Okay.
be just till June.
Okay, so,
I'll second it. All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Zoning Board of Appeals appointments. We have a letter from Mr. Comerford, Luke Wright, and Kurt Stillman. Both want to be appointed to the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Do we need to accept the resignation in order to do the two appointments?
Doesn't matter, but
I
we
don't
can
know
do
if it,
that.
yeah.
You think they'll be overcrowded there for a moment?
As I'm wondering, so I'm gonna accept the letter of resignation from Glenn Wojick to resign from the Zoning Board of Appeals, effective immediately, or actually, this letter is dated March 25th, 2024.
Is that a motion?
Yes,
I'll second it. All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
And then I will furthermore move to appoint Lucas Wright and Curtis Stillman to the Zoning Board of Appeals. And again, that term, I guess, okay, that term will run till June 30th, 2024.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
The Morss Scholarship essays, Nicole came up with a model, which I thought was fine, except I did have one suggestion. I'd like to lose the SAT scores. They're not, I don't think it's necessary that we know what their SAT scores are, especially since on the other page it talks about if applicable. It seemed a little invasive.
I think it's kind of standard, to be honest. I don't think that it's invasive. I only thought that if it was on there and we did get a good turnout of applicants, if two were close, it could be a, you know, a way of...
Were you, did you help put this together?
No.
And they don't, I mean, SATs
I mean-
are optional, so that's why it's if applicable, because some people just don't take them, but.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying it could be
Yeah,
kind of asymmetrical.
that's fine. I mean,
Okay with you?
yeah. So just, we're gonna take out the SAT scores? But leave everything else, everything else.
That'd be great for
Because I
me.
think that's, yeah, I think the other information is, excuse me.
It's pretty standard. All right, I would seek a motion to get these out there. Have we heard from Pathfinder?
I spoke with Pathfinder, and they are, I didn't speak with QRSC, but Pathfinder announces their scholarships at graduation, so they, you know, because everybody's there and it's the end of the year and there's a hard to really get everybody together, so, you know, if you guys are good with September 17th and 20th, we can just let the
May?
school, yeah,
Yeah,
that what I say.
September.
Oh.
Wait,
September would be all right. Wouldn't
But
it
their
start at college?
graduations aren't,
Their graduations are in June.
right.
So they
So-
should get this opportunity toot sweet.
Oh, they announced the
You
recipients.
announce the recipients, but
Correct.
then the school will announce it to the
Right.
students
They
at
do-
graduation.
Right, they
You
normally
can
do
be
it.
there if you
yeah.
want to be as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
representative, but typically they said
Yeah,
the schools
Quabbin does
announce it. They have-
award night.
they have
Like,
a
it's
guidance.
award night, and then it's baccalaureate, and then it's graduation.
And they serve great food.
Yeah, I
Really
don't know
good,
about
too.
that, but.
Really good. Really good. Okay, so
Mhm.
we'll get this out to Quabbin and Pathfinder, and
great.
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll do tomorrow.
and those are our regular meetings.
What? Yeah. Maybe he's the one that deals with the scholarship and the funding. So
If I may,
Mr. Cole, and
I just hear you say Pathfinder and Bob, and I only wondered if homeschooling kids, college bound, would be,
Yeah,
if they'll see about the opportunity and possibly be able to.
we did talk about that, didn't we?
how do we get the word out to them?
I don't know.
The web, our website and,
Does the school keep track of homeschooling?
I believe they do.
They're required to be updated the same information, so
Okay.
if it goes to
It will
Quabbin,
go
Jeff
out to
Bennett
them?
can push it to.
okay,
Good,
perfect.
thank you.
But we could put it on our website too,
Okay.
and get it out there on Facebook and maybe
Listserv.
yeah, because I'm drawing a blank at her name.
The website.
So,
Julie.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Could put it out.
Sure, absolutely. I'll send
Website.
it to her.
It's called the website.
No, the email, the,
The listserv that
Right,
people
the-
are on.
right.
Virtual comments.
Yeah,
Lisa-
thank you.
Lisa Cohen?
Yeah, Lisa Cohen runs that, but I always give everything to Julie and then
Julie
she
Marquette
does
normally
it
will
for
put
us.
email, like send an email
Yeah.
out
She
if
did it
it's,
today.
if it's information.
And she
right.
helps run that, she's one of the
Yeah.
monitors.
Right.
Okay, we have communication from Ryan Whitkus suggesting that we dedicate the town report this year to Lillian, Holden, Pinky.
I would make a motion to do just that.
And I would second it heartily.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
without a doubt.
Pinky. All right, Rimfire Rampage. The Rod and Gun Club wants to have a shoot in the evening.
April 20th.
And they've talked to you guys about it? No?
This one in October.
Yeah, there's two, and they said that once you approve, they'll reach out to the police. Just to let them know, like they did last year.
So it's on April 20th.
And it,
The letter is
starting-
addressed to both the Selectman and the Hardwick Police Department.
And it'll run to, start at 7 o'clock, and they want to conduct it under the lights. Approximately, it doesn't talk about an end date. This event should only last a few hours.
Not all night. Were there any issues in the past with the other ones that they did?
Nothing out loud, usually just the common, the neighbors right up the street always have a grumble about things all the time.
And I did think, I do think we advised last time just to notify,
If
you know, the
yeah, if
abutters
they did
and
that, that'd be probably,
courtesy thing,
give
you
them a heads
know?
up so they can go out to dinner or something.
Right.
and Come back a few hours later.
Yeah, so
Not so
maybe we
loud.
just suggest that they notify their neighbors to be good neighbors.
Okay,
I'm fine with it.
we'll do that. We'll call Mr. Lewis.
Okay. Do we need a motion? Can you make a motion? All right, I would make a motion to allow the Hardwick Rod and Gun Club to hold their Rimfire Rampage Night Owl on April 20th, 2024, beginning at 7 p.m.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
We used to shoot candles out with our muskets, that's pretty cool. Okay, May 4th is the election, here's the warrant. 9 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There are no contests, so Ryan thought that shorter would save money.
I'm fine with that.
Are you yawning, ma'am? I
No.
thought you were getting ready to say something.
No, thank you.
We
Okay,
just need a motion to approve,
sure.
and make a motion to approve the annual town election warrant for May 4th, 2024.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We probably have a good one to sign.
I just have a regular one, I don't know.
Isn't one that one's?
I don't know, I didn't see him today.
You mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, you got a pen?
All right, what else? Budget assessment from Pathfinder. Looked at this, I don't know what we do with it. Just,
Well,
approve
it
or
becomes,
anything.
no, it's what will go into the budget,
Right,
right? I just wonder what the increase was, or Nicole was that.
they do a real good job.
Yeah, they do. They have good food.
Really, if you have a chance to go when they're gonna feed you,
Yeah, I know.
the culinary,
I've been.
yeah, it's good.
Do you know?
Mark's in the middle of a meeting right now, so he asked if we could put him off until the end.
Okay. Do you know what the increase in this budget for Pathfinder was?
It was about $44,000, I forgot the exact percentage, but it went up quite a bit. For the same reasons that Quabbin did.
Oops. Oh my lord.
So I told Julie, who's on the board,
Right.
that this is a painful assessment, and that finance will look into it, and they'll probably want to meet with Pathfinder.
Yeah.
So they're meeting with QRSC right now, so they'll probably meet with Pathfinder as well.
It's like 15%.
It was
It's
a
a
big,
$44,000 increase.
yeah. And so she just said, let her know,
Yikes.
there's, how it goes with the regional schools, so we just do the best we can to get them at a reasonable
Yeah.
amount
Mhm.
that's manageable for the towns, and hopefully there's good communication.
Do we know if their enrollment has increased?
Hardwick went up by, I believe, 5 people, five students.
So that's some of it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll just expect that the budget will be looked at by the finance committee.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with Mark, and he'll come in whenever he's free, and I told him we'd squeeze him right in. And that's about roof repairs to the old highway barn. We have revolving account transfers, townhouse and recycling.
Yeah, so I put a little spreadsheet in your packet. They went over their limits, and the finance committee and select board have to approve the transfers. And then the accountant will transfer it over, and she emailed both departments.
Where
She
is it?
didn't email.
Oh, she emailed Lucinda. She emailed Lucinda, and she emailed
And she
Christine.
didn't email Abby either, and Abby's the chair of that committee.
So
So,
they
to-
overspent?
yes. Why do we have limits when they get to overspend it? I don't know.
The limits of $7,000 have been pretty much the same for a few years, and the oil prices and everything went up. I don't have any problem about using the money from the revolving account towards the building's expenses. I want to be sure it's going towards that.
This is your revolving account that is at a $500 limit. there's $5,000 in there currently, so
Hmm.
we need to put $700 in there to get it back to where it's supposed to be. And then you'll have $4,426 left. So I didn't look to see where these expenses are coming from out of this revolving account, so I don't know what you're spending that on.
Okay,
Um,
we don't spend it on the cleaning, which was what it originally was, because even though I wanna clean the bird poop off the windows up at the townhouse, I can't spend the money that way if you can't have the cleaning you need done down here,
Oh,
really. So we spend it on things like, electrical outlet that we needed. We paid for the structural engineer to evaluate the roof problem. And Phil Warbass may send a bill for evaluating the eaves where that opening is that we need to have fixed. We're careful how we spend it, that's the point.
You have a grant application in for the eaves and that front door project.
It's not in yet, I'm in the process still. I talked to Mr. Holtz last week.
So I just want to make sure I'm reading this right. So the budget for the recycling was 6,500. And, no, these are revolving.
These are revolving accounts
Okay.
that you approve every year at
Right,
town meeting for
and
these
that's the
limits.
limit that they can
So
spend.
technically,
Or keep-
these should have been denied. But the accountant said if you deny them, then sometimes you're in more trouble by not paying the bills, so.
Sure, okay.
But this isn't part of our regular budget, these
Right,
revolving
that's
funds, so
what-
I
that's
don't
what
get, I don't get the reports.
That's what I'm trying to like just wrap my head around a little bit. So, because they overspent 6236, we're gonna take, what's the 9,100
That's the current balance in
in the revolving account?
revolving account right now.
Okay.
So they can put it in there, but they have a limit set by
Of
town
what they
meeting
can-
of what they can spend.
Okay. But then they overspent.
But then they overspend, so this just reminded me that I need to pay more attention to the revolving accounts as
Yeah.
well.
Because we don't have an accounting of how what money was spent.
Is, right,
What
Well, that's
was
the thing
spent
is,
on.
I'm not looking, I look at, the regular budget
like, right. and
every day for
and-
expenditures, but
Right,
these 24 accounts, or these revolving funds are not
It's
in
not
that,
by-
so I need to just pay more, run that report more often and make sure that they're,
that
because
they're-
really,
right.
that's what the accountant should be doing if we had a full-time
Yeah.
accountant.
Okay.
And we don't see them unless we ask for them, like every 3 months or something. Lucinda will ask for them.
Yeah,
So she puts checks in and
yeah. We just
Take
gotta
a
be
few
mindful
things,
to
but-
be looking at them.
Right.
What do you wanna do? You wanna give them the money, or you wanna put them out on the street, or what?
No, I mean, we have to transfer the money, the bills have been paid, so, and, do we need to make a motion for
Yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so then I would make a motion to transfer $6,236 into the recycling commission out of their revolving, is that what you said, out of
Yep.
the revolving account?
Yes.
Okay, and then I would also make a motion to transfer 700 to the townhouse committee out of their revolving account to clean up overspending.
I'll second that, and all in favor?
Aye. Do we have to sign anything?
No, she
just
just told me that
Get a
both,
vote.
you have to vote, and
Okay.
the finance committee has that in front of them too
Okay.
tonight.
so how do you want to handle more bills that may come in? For instance, usually in June there's an elevator inspection. And,
It should come out of your regular expense account.
yeah, and our oil.
Everything should come out of the regular expense account. Like you said, this account, which is why is the small amount limit of $500 is for cleaning, regardless of what the other buildings get. That's what it's really for.
Okay.
So everything else should be coming out of your expense account.
And you're bringing in money by,
Yeah, that's
Renting
how
the
it got
building.
up to
That's how you
that
have this-
amount of money.
The revolving, yeah.
Yeah.
And that just sits there?
It does, it just sits there and that is less money that we get into our operating budget, obviously, with all of these revolving funds and they are, a lot of them are specific for what they can be used for, some of them aren't, but a lot of them are specific, so yes, it sits there.
What other ones do we have? We have another one.
We have a lot.
A lot.
Wow.
Yeah, all the inspectors
Oh, right,
have,
that's right.
Yep,
the Board of
That's
Health
right,
now.
the Board of
has
Health
a-
has one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like for inspection fees and,
Yeah.
which that makes sense to me because it's paying for, for the
Yes.
services.
Yes.
This just kind of seems.
So what I had originally thought that this is the limit of what they get in the account, and then anything else goes into the general fund.
Yeah,
But that's not the
not
case.
the case, huh?
That should, if we want, like, if you only want $10,000 to ever go into the Board of Health account, then that gets voted on at town meeting, that anything over $10,000 will come into the general operating budget, because honestly, if you have so many revolving funds, then no
It's-
money
it's
is going to
sitting,
help
right,
you.
it's not coming
the
back
operating
down into
budget.
the general fund.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's something to think about.
Thank you, I understand it better.
Yeah. It's I was looking at it and kind of like scratching my head, to be honest with you, like, yeah.
Well, it's common for the building inspector, that kind of thing.
Right, that makes sense to me,
Yeah.
because you're paying for that service.
Somebody must have just sat on their keys in the other room, probably in the
Mine
other
are over
room.
there, so I don't think it's me. All right.
I'm gonna check my key, lock myself out of the car. And say it.
Oh, it's red truck, it's important to just quiet it down.
Like a big red truck?
Yeah,
That was Mark.
He probably went like this in his seat. He's
Okay,
got the big nice Fords.
other new business?
Oh, because he just moved,
he
I
just
see,
got
you
out
can hear him. He set his own alarm off. Did you set your alarm off?
Yeah, I was looking for the police to keep me from
Are you prepared
throttling
to,
the school committee.
Set it off so you can get out of the meeting.
Oh, my God. That's not on the record, man. Sorry, Chief.
Yes, it's
I'm not gonna
just
hurt
saved.
anybody.
Mr. Korzick, are you ready to start, or would you like a minute to collect yourself?
No, I'm more than happy to get started. So, just let me pull this out. As you recall, when I was here last time, we also talked about doing a town inventory. And we've been working on the town inventory, 41 parcels of land, 22 structures, and 178 acres. I've now been to most of those structures, so what we're doing here is making a recommendation from the capital planning about the old highway department building, which I have walked through extensively. And that's located, for those of you that don't know where it is, it's right behind the town meeting house and the historical society. This building is occupied by and used by the highway department, fire department, Hardwick Fair Committee, and it looks like the historical society. The roof is in real bad shape, and I have, for the record here, provided you some photos of that building. First page is the hole in the roof, it's the size of a vehicle. These are the vehicles that we store there, and there's the south side of the building facing the cemetery. So anyhow,
That's good.
I have been working with Marty on this, and Marty been getting bids, and it appears that we could replace and repair this building, the roof on this building, for about for less than $40,000. Marty, if we do go ahead with doing any of this, Marty's agreed to supervise it. There are three ways we can approach this. Put a tarp like the police department did on their building, or does, and cover the hole and kick the can down the road like we've done with this building for years. The second is to fix the south side, it's like the south side of the building, take it all off. As you can see, some of the rafters are already gone well beyond repair, need to be sistered up with some others, and I quite frankly think there may be some structural damage on the far end of that building, but that's not for me to decide. But Marty and some of the contractors have gone through it extensively, and of course then there's just do the whole thing and do it right. And So the capital planning committee wants to recommend that you replace the entire roof with a metal roof. That would mean taking all of the shingles off, all of the underlayment off, and then putting on purlins and putting the metal roof on. That would be under 40K with some of the bids that are already coming in that we think it could be done. And we would actually, the contract to do it would take the materials out. The estimate of materials is in the $40,000, but we can go buy those, like for instance, we can go get the metal roof from Hardwick Farmers Co-op, and we can get the lumber for sistering up the rafters, probably from local, like Hampshire or something in Barry. Well, we'd recommend do the whole thing. Took it upon ourselves to also bring it to the finance committee. They've recommend that we do the whole roof. We would recommend, putting aside $40,000, and similar to what we were gonna do for the cruiser that we couldn't do, we would say, take out a loan for 4 or 5 years, make payments coming out of the capital reserve. That's already
And that's
been,
a town meeting, right?
No, because you vote every year to let Jessica borrow for necessary things.
So we could do it under that way?
Yep, it would be a ban, it would be temporary,
Just
and
finish
I don't
it.
know what the interest rate is at the moment, it's probably around 5%. So 40 might turn into a little
Yeah.
more, but if it's under 50, then it's just soliciting 3 bids.
Well, and then it's done, and it's not a continuing repair, and it is, we do have a lot of stuff in there.
and I guess the part of this personal recommendation can come from the capital. But, while Marty was gonna put the dump truck inside, they're gonna dump the refuse from the roof demolition. We gotta get every department that's got stuff in that place and throw it all away. There is junk in there, absolute junk.
Well, we'll have to clear it out anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
To
Well,
do the
yeah,
work.
yeah, essentially, but in our wisdom, we might put it all back in after we're done. So,
Well, not if it goes right into a dump truck.
that's what I'm hoping, and Marty's gonna take all the vehicles out,
Right.
back up the dump truck, the construction crew's gonna be throwing stuff into the dump truck right
Yeah.
through the roof. And while we're there, we're gonna get the Hardwick Fair Committee to go in there and throw out the stuff they don't need. Find a
Yeah.
corner that they can call their own and leave it there. Fire department's got a ton of stuff in there. Besides, there's the
Forestry truck.
forestry truck, the rescue boat, the,
A ton and a half of old hoses.
yeah, there's a ton and a half old hoses and stuff like that. But there's the,
I didn't get title of that vote.
Marty's keeping the bucket truck in here too. So there's a lot of space being used with, protecting good assets that the town has. So this is not a building that I suggest you tear down.
And finance is agreeable to this.
They've already voted on it. So, we can, we'll send you some kind of formal, something in writing if that's, you'll need that unless you don't need to use town hall meeting action, then I guess we can get Chris to come back in and tell you that we already voted on it, so.
Well, I knew this was coming, I think we should do it.
I would make a motion to move forward on the repair of the old highway barn roof.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Hopefully I don't find anything else that needs fixing right away. This is kind of one of those, well, maybe.
Well, it's a gaping hole, it's
There's
worse
a,
than most of them.
yeah, do you guys have enough tarps to cover the Streeter building?
I gotta go get some more.
Okay. We're tarping up the back end of that building too. But it's not in imminent danger like the townhouse was, like the highway barn is, like the Rundle Street School is. I could go on and on and on. We're trying to take these things,
Yeah.
on a priority basis. This building needs to get done.
Well, thanks for doing it. Thanks for going to all those buildings.
You can't believe it. Okay, good. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and if there's anything else you need, let me know.
Thank you.
Okay.
Meeting minutes approval,
Uh,
March 25th.
Yep, I would make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from March 25th, 2024.
I'll second it. We're both in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Old business? That's old business. Any old business? Is that a joke? Any old business?
I think we write any new business too, usually, other new business, it says.
Committee reports? I've read them. Miscellaneous correspondence?
We have a couple notices.
You have something from the Board of Health?
That's the report, but Mass Central Railroad is going to be doing some vegetation control, so they want to let you know that. Herbicide applications, May 17th to the 28th and June 19th. No, May 17th to June 28th and July 19th, August 16th. Amtrak, Grafton and Upton Railroad, and Mass Central Railroads from Tech Associates. And then there's also a notice that you were just CC'd on to, talking about a business in town that had parking on the state highway layout.
Oh,
And we don't really have anything to say about that.
No, it was just the, MassDOT to the business and we were CC'd.
Good.
So I think the business is handling it.
Good.
yeah, makes sense to me.
And town administrator report?
So I don't know how much you want me to go over the typical USDA update, which is again on the website, on the wastewater treatment plant page. I did get an update from 94 Main Street, the mill update. George Lang, the owner, came in to see me on March 26th. They're finishing installation and stairs now. They'll be contacting the building inspector regarding a building permit and then requesting a license from the CCC. And they're working with National Grid as they need 2 transformers for all of their power, and they've been waiting so long that they're thinking they're just gonna go out and buy them themselves. So it's very much moving along. National Heritage still hasn't come and got the clam shrimp, so they're a little bit impeded with being able to do any, leave any equipment out there and things like that, so there's that, but unfortunately, we had Creamery Road Bridge close and an emergency closure on April 3rd, but we're working closely with MassDOT because that bridge was slated for replacement, but in 2026.
Ah.
So, we're working diligently with them now. We're actually getting all the paperwork together. I gave Marty some things. He's going to the East Quabbin Land Trust meeting tonight to get the signatures. They're going to donate, the permanent easements and the temporary easements, and I'm trying to get in touch with the other owners. And, we did go through the whole town meeting. We're processing much quicker to hopefully go out to bid this summer.
They're hoping by August.
Yep, to move some funding around and get ours up ahead of time, so.
Yeah, we were signing this, the easements and stuff like that just recently, so it is moving. 26th, though, it's gonna be a long time.
Right, so hopefully if it goes out to bid this year, it'll start, 2 years
start,
sooner than
right.
it would have. And then the planning board is having a public hearing for a zone change for the Casella property on Patrick Hollow Road, Tuesday, April 9th, at the Hardwick Elementary School at 6:30. Bulky Day is set for April 13th from 8 to noon. The website has prices on the recycling page. And the library is also having a lot of events on the 13th, so check the website for more information.
Okay, I'm gonna go to that meeting tomorrow night. I'm gonna sit in the back.
Same,
You going?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Gonna hear what it's all about. Yep.
Anything else?
Are we gonna not talk about the departure that's coming?
I didn't really know. Thought I'd leave it to you.
Also subject to
Huh?
negotiations, still subject to negotiations.
Huh? I mean,
But yes,
you could announce and then,
I have
so that,
been selected to be the new town administrator in another community in Southwick. You know, and I told them, and I will tell everybody here too, that, you know, thank you for the opportunity to have me here for the past 3 years. And that, you know, I'm not just a jumper. We all, I think, know this. I didn't apply for every single job out there. This just seemed appropriate for me. You know, it's more of a promotion considering, you know, it's a larger town, so there's more residents and more opportunity for me. So this was completely personal. It had nothing to do with the town. I love the town. I think we did a lot of good work here in the last 3 years, and I really want to thank you for really giving me the opportunity 3 years ago.
I do think that we need to think about what we're gonna do to advertise or,
Well, let's see if Robert can come in for the next
Yeah.
meeting and
we can put our brains together and have something sooner than later. We can't afford to be without, with
Well,
everything
we've
that's
been through that.
coming down the,
We've
yeah,
done that.
it's not pretty.
Used to help Katie in that room over there. It
Yeah.
wasn't pretty.
Yeah, so my contract says that I give a 60-day notice, so it'll be somewhere in that time frame.
So we
That
have a
I'll be
little,
going. Yeah.
we have a little time, okay.
Mhm.
As long as we're, you know,
Well,
it's,
you were saying you were gonna be out 45 days.
Well, there's, you know, some logistics and
So maybe
you know,
you'll
some
stay
things.
for 60?
I have to sit down and really go over, you know, the week by week and see what I have for time, et cetera.
All right, she says we can call her anytime.
Yes.
All right,
oh, we'll figure it out, but,
we've got just
Um.
one more motion.
to adjourn,
Yeah,
make a motion to adjourn.
It's
I'll
7:10.
second it. Thank you.
It's
All in
7:10.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you.